a video on Devin Haney where Wood said he got dumb daddy syndrome, like Shane Mosley had and Roy Jones had and stuff of that nature, where Floyd Mayweather Sr. say that Devin Haney dad is the problem, and he's the reason why, you know, Big Floyd ain't there no more. So let's talk about Devin Haney and what Floyd Sr. had to say about Floyd. I put that interview in the description. And you know what? The separation gotta happen. You know what I'm saying? It got to. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bill eventually got to let go and let Devin be his own man. And he's 20 years old, and he ain't 21. 21. I think he might have just turned 21. I might be mistaken, but it's time for him to be his own man. Okay? And Floyd Sr. said he don't know nothing about boxing, and that's going to hurt if he truly don't know nothing about boxing, and he trying to be the HNIC over there. That's truly going to hurt Devin Haney. And that's one of the few questions I have about him. And obviously every question to every prospect is how they do in adversity come, cuts, elbows. I mean, what happened, do they got a chin? What happened if they get hurt? Do they know how to hold? And just stuff, stuff that every boxer eventually time will answer. All right? But if it's true what Floyd Sr. saying is that Devin Haney daddy don't know shit about boxing, Devin Haney, even if they brought Mike McCullum in, and Bill is the one that's in the corner doing the primarily doing the talking and telling Devin what he should and what he should be doing, you know what I'm saying? Eventually it's gonna come a time where, it might be a tough patch or a patch of adversity. And I'm not sure if Bill Haney ever laced him up, which, it is what it is. Like, he gonna have to get him through a tough time, or Devin natural instincts and abilities is gonna have to get him through a rough patch, because it's coming. It may come versus Javier Fortuna. See, a guy that know boxing, that been through the 10th round and they been dropped, or they been where the lungs was burning, they don't know how to get it going. They can tell you how to do it because they've been there before. If Bill can't help Devin Haney out, make the adjustments, or if Devin Haney ain't just smart enough to make this particular adjustment on his own, then Devin Haney is going to be one of those guys that, you know what I'm saying, he going to get upset. He going to be like Fernando Guerrero. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be a fast rising star. And then when he fight a certain opposition and he go through his real adversity, and then he gonna lose because he didn't have the right support system. That's if what Floyd Sr. is saying is true about Devin Haney, when Bill Haney is dead. But Roy and Shane had to shake their fathers too. And sometimes, it's good to have separation in every relationship. When you're around somebody all day, every day, like, you get tired of it. And I think if it's true that Bill don't know what the hell he's doing, now obviously they undefeated right now. And they brought Mike McCullum in to be the consultant. But he should just handle the business, to be honest. Handle the business. You know what I'm saying? Be the manager. Manage the fighters. The fighters he got on this promotional company. And that's that. Let the boxer coaches and the trainers do their job. If you know you're not qualified, now obviously he don't feel. I guarantee this. He don't feel like he's not qualified. He feels that he's qualified to handle the job. But if he wants the best for his son, and he really not qualified to do so, he needs to step aside and let one of them old school dudes have Devin Haney. Let them. You just they working them too hard, or you see something that going right, you step in and be like, hey man, whoop-de-whoop, blase blah. But, sometimes you got to get out the way. And Roy Jones had to do it. If it was up to Roy Jones' daddy, Roy Jones would still be fighting. Roy Jones still wouldn't have stepped up yet. Real talk. Roy Jones shook his daddy because his daddy was controlling his career and telling him what to do and who to fight and not to fight that guy. And Roy knew in his heart he was ready. And what Roy do? He started beating dudes up. His daddy wanted to take the slow pace. slower than Deontay Wilder. And this was a dude that should have won the gold medal. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like LeVar, Alonzo, LaMelo, and them, man. At some point, you gotta let go and let your son be a man. He gonna make some mistakes. He gonna make some great decisions. You only can be there to guide him. Them motherfuckers grown. They grown. Like, dude, I'm a man. And after a while, that's gonna wear off on him. But Floyd Sr. may be right. He said Devin a good kid. He said Devin ain't the problem. Devin a worker too, and that's what's gonna get him by, his work ethic. Even if his daddy do slip up and not qualify, you know, Mike McCullum there, but his work ethic. That's one thing Bill stay on his ass about. That boy, you ain't gonna never catch that boy out of shape or fat or whatever. And obviously he's done a great job raising a fantastic kid. You know, you can't leave that out of there. All of them did. Roy Jones daddy, Sugar Shane daddy, Floyd Mayweather Sr. But Floyd Mayweather Sr. got to understand this. All right, obviously he don't know shit about boxing in your opinion. All right, but you was the same guy that tried to do it with Floyd Sr. I mean, Floyd Jr. You was trying to have him still running commando boots, but the difference was, you know, Floyd Sr. was in jail for the most critical part of Floyd's career, and he came back when Floyd was 20-something years old, early 20s. And if you really follow boxing, and you just ain't follow like today's boxing, then you know the story where his dad wanted him to go back to wearing commando boots. His dad still looked at him as little Floyd. And Floyd Mayweather Jr. had to create that separation. Like, I'm with Raj. He was with Jeff for a second. He was mainly with Raj. They both was together. He was, you know, mainly with Roger Mayweather, and it created a spat between the family. Because Floyd Sr. felt like, I'm your daddy and that's your uncle, but, you know, I'm the one that got you here. And he right. And eventually, Floyd did bring him back into the fold. They argued and stuff of that nature, but Floyd Sr. had to get it through his head. Like, I'm a man now. Floyd Jr. had to say, I'm a man now. I got my own gym. I got my own money. You know what? I went farther than you ever did in the pros. Like, you got to accept that. I'm a man. And Floyd Sr. eventually had to sit down and accept that his son was a man. And that's what it boiled down to. You know? But Shane Mosley went through the same thing. Roy Jones went through the same thing. Devin Haney got to create that separation. You know, and I'm not saying like get rid of your daddy or nothing like that. If your daddy truly don't know what's about boxing, he shouldn't be Puff Daddy or P. Diddy all in the video. Now, obviously, you know, Sean Porter has never, separated from Kenny yet. But you know what? It works for him. It's always exceptions to the rule. You know, but at some point, you got to create that separation as a man. That don't mean you got to get rid of your, eventually got to get rid of your pops out of the whole thing. And Roy Jones' daddy went years without speaking to Roy off of that. That's how mad and stubborn he was. But like I said before, he only came out when Roy was about to fight Buster Douglas and said, no, that was too much weight. He showed that he really cared for him. But at the same time, how can you get mad with somebody that want to write their own path? They want to pave their own way. You know, I don't know why my shit failed. Pay all this money for this mountain that's falling. But you can't get mad at somebody that want to pave their own way. His son is treacherous. You know? So for Bill, obviously Bill wants the best for his son. You know, and as a Devin Haney supporter, I want the best for Devin Haney. And if he feel comfortable with his dad in the corner, I'm cool with it. But at some point, you do got to create that separation. And that's just a fact. You do got to create the separation. And if he create the separation, he created an hour later, but, you know, obviously Floyd Sr. should move on. He shouldn't even talk about it. So now it's going to give the media something to talk about, and Bill got to answer these questions, and now it's kind of implanting a bug in Devin's head, like, should I really get rid of him? Should I just make him my manager? But you know what? When adversity come, you know, or if he lose, and Bill Haney is the weak link as far as the boxing decisions and stuff, you might see him implode a little bit. But Devin just got so much natural talent. You know what I'm saying? He got so much natural talent that he gonna get by for a minute. You know, Fortuna fight, he should get by that fight because he just that much more time. But it ain't gonna be easy. It ain't, man. But hey, Goodfellas Sports TV. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got business questions, private sponsorship, video requests, keep sharing videos. Want to make a donation, that link subscription. Best way to donate is share the video. One time for one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfellas. We go.